Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness, it has been such a crazy craft-filled week this week. I don't think I sat down without needles or hooks in my hand at all. And it really shows with all the things that got done. So today, I just sat with stuff in my arms. That's how that goes, right? Sometimes you just need that little bit of break, and it is okay. Now, that is not to say I didn't play with yarn. I did play with yarn, and I did search through the internet looking at more yarn because evidently I really like yarn. It's kind of weird like that. So I was on Etsy. No, I did not push the button, okay? I did not push the button, but I was on Etsy and I was looking at all of the sock yarns, the opal sock yarns, to do a border for my blanket, my Nature's Walk blanket that I am crocheting. Oh my gosh. So my husband suggested that I use a light gray to put all my squares together and then do the trim around it in orange. I think it's brilliant. I love that idea. So again, I have not ordered yet. I haven't done that. I would like to use the opal sock yarn because, for one, I absolutely love opal sock yarn. And the whole blanket's being made with sock yarn. It's K&C sock yarn, the Joann's sock yarn, but the whole blanket is like that. And I would like the opal because anything that I don't use in the blanket, you know, doing the trim, I love that yarn. And then being in the solids that I would be getting, it would be great for the heels and toes and cuffs of other socks, and doing maybe color work socks that would still stand the test of time and wear immensely well. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it. Yeah, I know I'm talking myself into it. Have not pushed the button. Cannot stress that enough. Have not. I have filled carts from 2 separate yarn stores, you know, because, you know, there's shipping differences. And Etsy, if you're not familiar, some vendors, if you put things in your cart and then you don't order it right then, they may send you a 10% off coupon. Not all of them do it, but some do. The 2 that I was looking at did, but again, not all of them do. So I had that going on. And then I came up here and there's some things that I really do have set for this week, but it required work. Not even a lot of work, but work. Okay, so one of them is during Prime Days, I finally broke down and I bought an electric ball winder. So I do have it in my possession. It's still in the box. I've not taken it out. I've not looked at it. I've not charged it. I don't know if it needs to be charged or just plugged in all the time. I have no idea. I don't know. And I thought, oh, that would be a good video because there's things I actually do want to wind up. That would require setting up a filming thing near where I wind thing, right? You know, that kind of thing, so you could actually see that. Yeah, I don't have that in me right now. But I did wind some stuff. Not with my electric ball winder though. No, I have my Swift and I have my regular hand crank one, and that's what I did. What are these things? Aren't they pretty? This is my advent calendar. Okay, it's 2 of the balls of my advent calendar that I got last year from Aberdeen Wools. And I can't knit them until I wind them. Now, I'm not winding all of them, but I got 2. I had, my kids were over, the grandkids were over and everything, and they were playing, so I wound 2 of them, got that. And I've got some of the squares. This is the squares. One of those balls will make a square like this size. Isn't that cool? So I've got my knit blanket that I'm working on. Okay, I haven't been working on it lately. You guys have just seen it recently. I started it, I think, closer to the beginning of the year and haven't really done anything with it. Yeah, I know. I pulled it out just to see where I am because it's July and how many of these balls I have left. And they're tucked away in these cute little burlap sacks because each one of them for the advent calendar came in that cute little burlap sack. And I've got all of these beautiful colors and it was a gorgeous fade. And I'm just picking them out to make them however I want to, you know, whatever square. I'm not going in the order like 1, 2, 3 that they came in. Don't care. I plan on making all of them, and I don't plan on necessarily putting them in a fade order, but I might. I don't know. That's later. That's a later conversation. That's not a now thing. So that's what this, and this is a blocked one. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. And yeah, I can't actually work on them until I wind the yarn. So there we go. I wound the yarn. Those I'm knitting on size 4s. Love fingering weight on size 4s. Size 1s when I make socks. Size 4s for this, size 4s for when I made a sweater for myself in fingering weight yarn and a sweater for my husband in fingering weight yarn. Love that on size 4s. I've gone up to very comfortably on size 6s on some shawls, not all, but on some shawls doing size 6. I like fingering weight yarn on those sizes. Of course, if you want to use size 0s for everything, or size 1s, you can. That's a choice. I do that for socks. But love that. So I feel accomplished getting that. You know, it's like, ooh, I did some stuff. I did. I played with my yarn. I know. And I did grab this. And I'm trying to see. I don't think they're quite as bad as I thought at first. These are the Addy Flexi flip needles. They come in a tube like this. And I think they cost like $24, $25. I think that's what I paid for mine. This particular set, size 1s, I got at the thrift store for $4. That was a steal if you like them. And my size 0s, it's my first time ever using them. And I went from here to there. So I got a little bit more done on that since yesterday, you know, 2 or 3 rows. You can hardly tell, but it's a little bit more. Liking the way that that's striping up. This is the Blackbird Sycamore yarn. It's called Blackfire Opal. And let's see, somebody had commented in my comment section that the bear looks like a Grateful Dead bear. I liken it to like a Light Bright back in the day, you know, happy memories. And then I had somebody else comment that it looks like the carpet for roller skating and the disco skating and everything back in like the 70s and 80s, that type of thing. I agree. I absolutely agree. So loving that, but that's about all I got done. I think after doing so much this week, I'm taking a breath. And oh, wait, it's the plans. I have plans. You want to hear my plans? Oh my gosh, I do have plans. I think part of my reluctance is I kind of cleaned my room some. Now, granted, I still have, that's a Premier box that I'm using as a table because why would I want to actually get a table? My husband has offered to get me a nice table for in here, but that will just take up space that the yarn can't take up, right? So I do have that on top of a basket and everything, and then my advent calendar on that. But I did a lot of cleaning in here, and I packaged up in bags. I put back in the bags a lot of the sweaters, all my sweaters that I was working on for my Magnificent Seven. And I need to go over that again. There's 4 of them. It's 4, isn't it? 4 of them have gotten, did I really get 4? Is it really 4? The green one, the brown one, the angel sweater, and the Miranda. Oh, that's 4 of the 7. I'm over 50%. Oh my gosh. So I need to do a photo shoot with that, right? Because we want to see what, you know, especially the new people that are here. You're like, what are you talking about, Magnificent Seven? What I mean by that is I claim 7 of the sweaters that I'm working on. We have more. And I found this on my Tackle It series, which I normally do on Tuesdays, and I'm looking through boxes, bags, and bins of things that I've started. And I found all these sweaters and socks and shawls and things that I have started 8, 9, 10 plus years ago. And I'm wanting to finish more of them than not, which is the craziest thing. I figured I'd just want to rip most of them out. So to make it easier on myself and not admit denial's a thing. I'm just saying, to not admit that I have that many large projects in the works, we're counting as 7 at a time. So I had my original 7 and I finished 4 of them already. I have more that I need to put in. Now, the reason I haven't done the photo shoot is we know this is coming around to the cleaning the room, right? I did a lot on cleaning the room and putting all those things in bags and everything, and they're all hanging up. I've got this beautiful coat rack right over here that's outside of you, and it has like 15, 20 bags hanging off it, coat rack tree. And yeah, a lot of those sweaters are tucked in there. And for me to do that little photo shoot, I have to mess up my room. I would like my room clean for a little while longer. I have to mess up my room. Now, the smart person would say, no, you do not have to mess up your room. You take the thing out, you take it downstairs, you put it on the mannequin, you take some pictures of it. See, pretty. This is where we're at. Then you put it back in the bag, and then you put it back on the tree. Now, that is what a wise person would do, and that is exactly how that would be. Now, in my world, what would happen is I would go over to said tree, I would pull off 2 or 3 bags, I would get sidetracked on a bag that I hadn't seen in forever. I'm like, what is this? And I'd pull things out and go, oh, I don't want it in this bag. And then I would leave that there. Then I would go downstairs and I would take the pictures and everything, and I would get sidetracked again, and they would all be downstairs on the desk. I do have a desk downstairs. I don't have a desk up here. On the desk downstairs, cluttering that. They would be outside of the bag. This would be a little bit more tore up. I'd probably spread some things around on the carpet too, because why wouldn't I? And then I would go into the downstairs living room area and just knit and enjoy being with my husband, and left a hurricane wake of yarn projects behind me. That's more the reality of what would happen. So that's kind of why I've been a little reluctant, but that's okay. We have the whole weekend, which means I can do things, right? I don't have to go into the office. I can breathe a little bit, maybe sleep in. No, I can't sleep in. Have you seen my cute little puppy? Yeah, he's not allowing me to sleep in. But anyway, I could pretend like I'm going to sleep in and get up refreshed, renewed, and make that the, hey, this is what I'm going to do today. This will be the first thing. I'm going to do a photo shoot of the magnificent things that I have in my life. I like the way that sounds. So that's one of the things. And then one of the other ones that, like I said, I have planned is I bought this beautiful new electric ball winder. I'd kind of like to see how that works. I have a lot of yarn around here that I wouldn't mind winding up. Although I've done pretty good. Like this one is the blood of my enemies. It's wound back up. This is leftovers from making a pair of socks for my husband. It's about the same size. They're both fingering weight. I'd have to weigh it. I don't know how much is in it, but either way, I've wound them up. They're not the messy cakes, you know. I've actually wound them up. They look nice and pretty. And sometimes I do that, especially when I've started cleaning my yarn room. Doesn't happen often. I mean, come on, I'd rather craft. I will take the things and I will put them on the winder and wind them up. And I just like the pretty little cakes. And a lot of times I do center pull. So when I'm done with my project, it looks pretty icky. And then I take it afterwards, which is what I did here, and just rewind it. There you go. It's easy. So I have done that. And then, like I said, I got these ready. I'm ready. And I do have my size 4 needles downstairs. I wonder which square I'm going to do next. I don't know. What I mean by that, these squares, this one, this is, the designer of this is Anne Rigord. And in 2024, she put out 52 individual knit squares, one a week, every week for the entire year. And for the first week she put them out, they were free. And guess what? I collected every single one of them. Yes, I did. I have the whole year. I collected all of them with, you know, anticipation that I was going to make them all. We know that didn't happen. Nope. I think I made like 8 of them in worsted weight yarn last year, something along that line. I made some. I don't remember exactly how many, but I quickly got sidetracked and moved on to other things. So then it's like, well, I have all these beautiful things and these square takes this much, so perfect. It was meant to happen. And I thought I was farther along, and I'm not. But anyway, I have 52 choices. So I don't know if I'm going to do doubles in this blanket. I might. I might. I mean, I don't have to, because there's 52 choices. I could find, you know, 24 of them that I enjoy that are different from each other. But I don't really care. I mean, it's going to be gorgeous. A hand knit, gorgeous, hand dyed, beautiful, gorgeous blanket. Yeah, I know. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. That's my thing. It's like, oh. Yeah. The other thing too, have you had in your world, maybe you don't have as many projects going as I do. Some of you do, some of you don't. I know, because I've read the comments. Some of you have more, some of you definitely have less. I think the words were, my chaotic lifestyle would make you guys want to climb the walls, something along that line. Yeah, it's my interpretation on what I was reading, but that's okay. We all do things differently. But with this week, with so many things getting done and really concentrating on them, socks, a bear, a sweater, I'm like, okay, well, those were the things that I was just pouring all my energy into, and they're done. Now what? And you're like, you have like 50 projects sitting around you. Just grab one. I know, but which one's calling? They're all kind of quiet right now because the other 3 were so loud. I mean, they're making noise. I mean, they're making noise, but the others were so loud that these just seem quiet. Do you ever get like that? So yeah, that's kind of been my day today. It's like, all right, I'm going like this. My day's been like this, going, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I wanted to start something else. I did want to start, and I was looking, like, I want to do some Fair Isle stuff, and then I remembered I have some Fair Isle projects. I don't know where they're at. I don't know where they're at, but I have some Fair Isle projects. I have a scarf that I'm working on. See, like I said, I clean my room. Normally I have like this mountain of stuff right here and I can just dig through them, but it's not there. It's weird. But I was thinking, well, I would like to do that, but I've got that stained glass cowl that I'm really close to being done. And when I find it, I can work on it. And then I came in here and I saw a hat that I found in my Tackle It series that is Fair Isle, but I've gotten better because I started that one a lot of years ago and it has a lot of puckering on it. So I want to pull all that out. And then I got sidetracked on that because it's like, ooh, ball winders. I have ball winders. I could do that. So that's how my brain works. No, none of it got done. But yeah, it's okay. I get to play with my yarn and that's pretty cool. I put a couple rows of knitting on my socks. Yeah, there we go. And I got yarn wound and ready and my room is not completely destroyed. So I'm going to call that a win. That to me is a 100% win. And I think this is, like I said, it's the afterglow of finishing the huge thing, right? The doing a lot of stuff that because I put so much energy into the things that I made this week. Like, what do I do? What do I do? So I can guarantee you I will figure it out by tomorrow. I will 100% figure it out tomorrow. Guesses down below what I figure out. I don't know. I want to know. What's your thing? What am I going to figure out by the Sunday video? What's going to happen? Yeah, I want to know. I want to know. You guys can inspire me. We can inspire each other. You do know this is a two-way street, right? Like I said, I read the comments and I definitely have been inspired by your guys' comments and what you're making. And it has definitely swayed me more than once. So this works both ways. It really does. This is a two-way street right here. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to go grab something. I'm going to go find my size 4 needles, probably look through my patterns again to see which of the 52 squares I want to make, and then which color. I mean, I'm going to use both, not in one square. I will use both, but, you know, like which one now, right? You know, one this week, one next week. I don't know, but I will get to them. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.